Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of WDK. I'm Callie.
And I'm Skylar.
And we don't know. Today's episode is called Me, Myself, and I, and I'm actually really excited about this episode today. I think it's really good.
Me too. I love talking about like mental health things.
And
love
just
spreading
loving
the word.
yourself.
Yes. Okay, our first question today, let's get right to it, is
Okay.
How do you find time for yourself?
This is a big one because I struggle finding time for myself as well.
Me too.
And, honestly, the first thing is just being selfish.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be selfish. I mean, not all the time, but, like, there's times when you gotta just be like, no, I'm sorry. I'm staying in tonight. I need to just take a bath, put a face mask on, and
Yes.
be by myself.
And planning it, you can plan ahead, always. Or it can be spontaneous. I think I like spontaneous times
More.
better because then you just like are like, oh my god.
You don't have the pressure.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like, I feel like if you plan it ahead, you're almost like, okay, I have to focus on myself tonight. But if you're just like spontaneous and be like, you know what, no, like cancel that. I deserve this. This is what I want right now.
Yeah. And it's okay to cancel plans.
It really is.
Because the world's still gonna.
Yeah. You
Go
can
on.
hang out with them the next day. Rain check.
Okay, so when you're spontaneous, it doesn't have to be like a super long, like
No.
extravagant thing. It
No.
can just be like laying in bed and watching a movie you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Or taking a bath. Or going for a walk.
Yeah.
It literally could be anything.
Or like even going to buy something that you've wanted for so long but just constantly put it off, and you're
yeah.
like, you know what, I want this and I'm gonna buy it for myself.
Yeah, a little splurge.
Yeah.
Treat yourself. It's good to have treat yourself days, I feel like.
Oh, for sure. Eat that cupcake, or
Yeah.
buy that whole pizza and have a fun night.
Yeah. And sometimes you can find time for yourself with friends.
Yeah,
If you
for
have
sure.
people that like you really trust and you really connect with, or like even the friends you just sit on your phones the whole time. That could be time for yourself. Or plan a spa date. Like,
Yes,
those are the best.
dude, I want to go to a spa. I want to go to like one of those I just want to go to a spa. I haven't
Me
actually
too.
been to a spa
I
before.
haven't either.
We should go. Oh my
Get
gosh.
a face mask.
We should have a treat ourselves day.
Yes.
Take along the crew, WDK day.
Yes. We can start a vlog.
Yeah.
Also, I find this, like, one of the hardest things for me is finding time for yourself in a relationship. I have a really hard time with that. The longest me and my boyfriend have ever gone without seeing each other is, like, when I go on vacation.
Yeah.
And it's so, I don't want to say annoying, but it's just, like, so time-consuming. And I just, like, can't, like, the only time I get time for myself is at night, like when I'm showering or like taking a bath.
Yeah.
Me too. And so, I don't know. What I'm learning from it is like you just need space, or else you're gonna explode. So
See, and I'm like in a completely different like position because I'm single right now, and I'm like me time, like focusing on myself, bettering myself. Like right now, I'm just like so in like a stage of life right now where I am like my motto almost is like myself, like focusing on myself, loving myself, finding myself, and bettering myself. And so Me, Myself, and I has been a big thing for me because of after like everything I've gone through in the past year, like I deserve that. So
yeah,
it's been a very like, you know what, girl time, go girls. Love myself.
yeah. It's just, I don't know, like being in a relationship is good, but at the same time, it's
You need
a
to
lot
find
of
the
work.
balance.
Yeah, and
You
I
need to-
have a hard time doing
Yeah.
that.
And I get that. Like I totally see that. And like when I was in a relationship, like it is a hard time. It's hard to do that.
Yeah.
But I think if you are in a relationship and you're struggling with that, and sometimes if you're having problems in your relationship, it could be because you need me time. Like your boyfriend needs his time and you need your time.
Yeah.
Like that could be another thing. Like, hey, I just need this day by myself. Like, give me some space.
Yeah.
And that's not like you don't like them anymore. You don't love them. No, it doesn't change your feelings at all. It's just simply like a human thing. Like we need space.
Yeah.
We need a rejuvenation time.
It's like my teacher was saying, like introverts get energy from being alone and extroverts get energy from being with people. And I feel like everybody's kind of both.
I'm definitely both because I love being with friends and stuff, but like if I'm if I'm out there too much, like, I shut down and, like, I start getting, like, really, like, antsy because, you know, I'm like, okay, I need some personal space. Like, I just got back from a trip and I was with my parents and, like, it was us three, and I was, like, after, like, you know, the 8th day, I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to be by myself for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I need alone time because being around people is draining. So I feel like when I have, like, a night of just being by myself, I'm completely, like, started over. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah. And it's nice.
It is nice. I'm a very independent person.
Me too. Like, I can go off and, like, drive somewhere by myself
without. I go eat places by myself.
Yeah. Do you want to do the next question?
Yeah. How do you find what you want to do without wasting time?
I feel like if you're just actively trying,
that's not wasting time.
Yeah, you're not wasting time. You just have to go out there and figure out what you like.
Yeah.
And figure out what you're interested in.
I mean, all about figuring it out is trying things.
Yeah.
So it's not wasting time. You're just finding out. You gotta do it. You gotta try it before you just put it off, you know?
Yeah. And literally most of the people that ask us questions are like 16 to 18, I'm assuming. So you have a lot of time left. Like, and you don't have to know what you want to do.
Like, you can be in college and still not know what you want to do. Like, just because of, you can change your major. I mean, I know my friend just changed her major and she's halfway through sophomore year, but she was like, you know what? That's not what I want to do. I now know what I want to do. And you can graduate college and still not know. And that's totally okay.
There's, like, teachers with, like, degrees in, like, engineering. I don't know.
I met someone who literally got a full entire law. Like, they finished law school and then decided they wanted to be a nurse. So, like, it's not too late.
That's so much school.
That's so much school. I don't think I could do that. I think I'd be like, I'm sticking with the law.
Yeah, but, like, we're young, and I know people that have changed their majors so many times, and it's not like you get, like, anything, like, you don't have to pay anything extra for switching your major. All you have to do is, like, take different classes most of the time. But I don't know, just find what you're interested in. It's not that hard. You already know, like, what your basic interest is, like music. You don't really need to know what you want to do, and you just have to find stuff you're interested in. Like, if you're interested in music, or you like a certain band, or art, or film, or anything like that, it's just, you just gotta get into it. Or, like, look on YouTube, because YouTube has so many videos of, like, random stuff to do when you're bored. You could just try all of them and see what you like.
You know, and even, like, find classes you can take, you know?
Oh, yeah. And gyms have, like, a lot of free classes.
Yeah.
And there's a place on, like, 377 where we live, that's, like, a hippie store, and they have, like, open mics and painting classes and a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is kind of research and
try new things.
Yeah.
And don't put it off like you're wasting time.
Yeah, and be open to new things.
Be open, for sure. Have an open mind. That's the biggest thing. Like, don't turn your nose up to something before you even try it.
Yeah. Like, with me, I was so, at the beginning of this class, I was so, like, dependent on audio. Like, that's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do.
I did.
That's all I wanted to do. And then I got more friends in film class, in Mr. Upchurch's class, and all this stuff. And now, like, I really like writing films. Yeah, like, it's just something that I never thought I would like doing.
Yeah.
And something that I never thought I was good at, but apparently I'm really good at it because people always tell me I am.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Okay, next question. This one's kind of like a hard-hitting one. Not hard-hitting, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a heavy topic, I guess. So, it is. I wake up every day and do the same thing over and over. How do I break out of this cycle and become happy?
First thing is, I'm a person who I cannot do routines. I'm a very big person. I love change. I like having new things, and I like adapting to new situations. And I think that's just like how I've grown up in my lifestyle, that I'm not used to doing the same thing. But I get restless, and I sometimes get really sad once I get stuck in a cycle, because I feel like I'm not, I feel like I'm starting to get closed off and I'm not experiencing, I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but I realize every once in a while, like, I'll have to change something in my life, or like rearrange something, or,
Yeah.
And so I think, although routines are comfortable, that comfort can sometimes backfire.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
See, I'm like the opposite way. Like, I love routines, and I freak out, like, get super anxious when something's not normal, or like if someone that I'm like friends with talks to me in a weird way, I'm like, oh my god, they hate me, blah blah blah.
Well, see,
like,
I mean, I get that. I overthink things too, but I meant like a daily, like, doing the same thing. Like, I like to change,
Yeah. It's nice. I think I just am like too much of an anxious person to like always be changing, but like I go out of my way to do it because I know it's a good thing to do.
But so I can see how this person, when they say in this question, they say, how can I break out of this cycle and be happy? And so, like, I get that. I understand that because I've been in situations where I'm like, how do I just get out of this cycle in life I'm in right now, this time period, and be happy? Like, what do I need to do? What do I need to break? And so I think the first thing is, like, analyzing what, it's kind of like an allergy, a food allergy. So what you do is you trial things. Every week you focus on one food and see, you either take it out or add it in and see if it is what's causing your reaction.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And that's kind of what you have to do if your cycle's not making you happy. You kind of have to figure out what's the
weed
thorn.
out the bad.
You gotta weed out the bad.
Yeah. That's like one of the best ways to do it. And it may take hours. It may take years. Who knows? But as long as you try to find it, it's fine. And I have like a big problem with that. Like, if I'm upset about something, I'll just sit on it, and then I go into like a really bad like state where I don't get out of bed, and I just lay in bed all the time. I'm just sad and I cry, which is like kind of a girl thing, I guess. Probably, but like it's bad. And because of that, I've started going to therapy and taking antidepressants and sleep medicine for my insomnia and all this kind of stuff. But I really think therapy is a good way to break out of a cycle, and even if it's not like mental health related, I feel like anyone could use a good therapy sesh. Yeah. And it's like you go to someone like wholly. You don't have to worry about them judging you. They're never gonna like go talk to your parents because it's literally illegal. And they're just not gonna like, they're just gonna keep your secrets. They're like little secret keepers. Yeah. So I really suggest it. I've been going since like August. And one thing I have to say about therapy is like, you have to find someone that you like, because I've gone through like 6 therapists and I hated all of them, and like some of them didn't even like answer to me. And now I found this one that I've been going to for a long time, and like she's literally my best friend. Like I text her like when I get my nails done, and I'm like, look at my nails this week, and she's like, oh my god. So it's like a best friend, but like you're also paying them.
Yeah. Another way that really helps me is writing.
Yeah, that could be a good therapist too.
I write because like I bottle things up. I'm a very bottled up person, and then I explode. And so what I found with me is I just write everything and I get it out, and I love writing, and it's really like it's kind of like my therapy, like my at-home therapy. But that really helps me because writing it out, I see it, and I really I can identify it, because then I go back and read it and I identify the things that's like, because you say it all. I guess, I mean, the only way I can explain this is I was going through just a really sad time in my life, and I was struggling with friendships. It was like sophomore year, I think. And I was really struggling with friendships, and there was a lot of things, but I couldn't find out what was making me so sad and why I was so but I was writing, you know, I still wrote every day. And then a few months later, I'd finally gotten out of it, and I went back and read through my journal, and I literally was self-consciously saying what was making me so sad and and like I knew what was happening, but I just didn't think to like go back and look at it. Like I was literally saying it on the pages. Like I was saying what was making me sad and like what, you know, like I was saying what was wrong, but I just didn't even realize it. And then going back, finally like getting out of that trial in my life, like reading that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like
how could you be so oblivious?
How could you be so oblivious? Yes. And like it was crazy. And so I think writing is a good outlet too, but also to like reflect at the end of the week, go back and read what you wrote.
Having a diary is like this thing that people is like,
oh you have a diary?
Weird about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like a really good thing. I tried to get into it and I don't know. I'll have to try to get into it again. But whenever I did try, I just felt like awkward. Like I was like, I'm literally talking to myself.
Well, I found out that like some people like diary everything. They write everything. But me, I only journal when, like, I don't journal every single moment of my life when I'm happy, sad. Like I journal when I'm sad, or when I'm emotional, or when I really just can't figure out something in life. I can't journal just be like, okay, today was Thursday. I had a really good day today. We did this. Mine's like, I'm going through this right now.
My life is falling apart and I don't know what's going on.
Like, you know, mine's my journals, like if you read my journals, like it isn't all the good. It's like it's all the bad. It's the bad of me, the bad that I don't want to show some people, the bad that I carry behind myself. You know, like the hard stuff is what my journals are. And then the happy stuff I live in the moment, you know, I really hold on to those memories. But it's my journals though, like if you open it, it's sad, you know?
Yeah.
And I do, but I have been trying to work on myself to capture the better moments, you know, and like to journal those too. So I can like go through that and see the good and the bad. And see, I went through that, but I also went through this.
Yeah,
you know?
that's cool.
So that's what I'm trying to work on, is trying to write the good too, because I usually only write the bad.
Yeah, because that's like your main focus.
Yeah.
I've been told so many times I'm such a pessimistic person. Like I only focus on the negative at all times, which I guess is pretty true. So I feel like that would help me a lot if I started journaling, and I feel like it could help anyone. It's like
how you get the negativity out, you know. What I took from that is, another thing is like when I do write about it, I let it go. Like the second it hits the page, I'm done. I close it and it's done. And that helps me stay optimistic, because I get it out, I let my hurts out, and then it's on the page and it's done. That's what I kind of tell myself, like I'm leaving it there and letting it go.
Yeah,
it's on the paper, it stays on the paper.
I'm so bad at holding on to stuff.
And so because I was like holding on to a lot of like grudges and like things that people like hurt me and friend, you know. And so going to the outlet of writing, I went in it telling myself, okay, the second you write this, you need to move on and focus on the good and be optimistic, because now you get it all out. There's no point in holding it in because you already let it out.
I feel like that's like my thing that I need to work on. And I feel like I kind of went into therapy thinking like, oh my god, this is gonna like change everything, but it's been like a super slow process. So I feel like if I added that in, then it could really help. And I've gotten a lot better with things, but I don't know, I feel like like writing or therapy or whatever you can do, like putting your emotions into art, or even like math, I don't know, just taking your aggression out and your sadness by doing a million math problems, I guess. And
so I guess like we've kind of like scatterbrained from this question, so like going back to the question of like breaking the cycle and finding being happy is from like taking from what we've both talked about. Oh my gosh, I'm like is finding an outlet. I think that really what it is finding that outlet. So when you are going through that cycle, finding something to break out of it to be happy. So it's finding an outlet, either writing or therapy or art, or like you said, math. There's some people who just like pour themselves into math, or even finding something you're interested in like, you know, like space, I don't know, and like mythology or astrology, like anything, like, you know, history, you know, just find an outlet that you can pour yourself into.
It's kind of like a distraction,
Yeah.
but like a good distraction that makes you happy. And also, I was talking to my friend from New York about this because I told him that I really liked painting and it was like my outlet sort of, and I just kept painting and I just hated everything that I was making, and I was like, this isn't making me happy anymore. Like, what do I do? And he was just like, if it's not making you happy, you need to find something else that's not it for you right now.
Because everything, like, in points of life, it changes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a year ago painting was your outlet, but now it's not. Maybe music is, or maybe, you know, books are. Books are my outlet.
You always
like,
read.
when I need to, like, get away from this world, I just jump right into a book, and it's amazing because I'm in a completely different world.
Yeah.
That's really why I love reading, because it's an escape for me. It's definitely, like, when I am sad or anything, you'll find me with a book in my hands because it's just, like, the perfect escape.
I think a lot of people bash reading too when it's like really like a magical thing.
I love reading. And my characters, wow, I get so connected.
And so are movies. Like, you can find so many outlets that could distract you for even like 2 minutes to like 3 weeks. It doesn't matter, as long as it's letting you forget about the pain or the routine or the unhappiness and just moving into something else.
Yeah. But don't focus too heavily on the distraction. You still need to face it. You need to face it. You need to conquer it. You need to find out and weed it out. But during the sad moments, because everyone has it, if someone says they're never sad and they deal with it all and they're totally fine, they're lying. So during those moments when it feels too hard, lean on that outlet, lean on that distraction, because that's what gets you through it. But we're not saying just completely throw it under the rug. You still need to face it and weed it out and find it.
Yeah. So like writing or therapy.
Yeah.
I feel like those are like two really good options. Like therapy.
Heck, do both, you know?
Yeah.
Like, even write, like, and then read it to your therapist. Be like, this is what I've been going through, you know? Because I'm not good with words. Like, I'm not good at speaking. I shut down. When I'm sad about something, I write letters and give it to the person. Because when I'm alone, I can get my words out, but then when I see the person, I completely shut down.
Yeah.
Because I'm focused so much more on the other person than me. And so, but don't text. Like, I don't saying text. I mean, like, still go to see the person in person, but like, read it to them. Even write something. Like, that's what I do. Or I'll make points on my phone so I don't forget. So I'm definitely, like, writing is I'm better at writing and expressing words through that way than I am through vocally.
Also, to go back to the question, it talks about waking up every day and doing the same thing. Maybe, like, when you wake up, switch things around. Like, instead of brushing your teeth first, brush your teeth last. Or
wake up and take a bath. That's when I'm sad, or, like, when I wake up and just really don't want to, like, do today, I take a bath.
Or, like, wake up a little earlier and, like, put on a cute outfit. That's what I always like to do whenever I'm sad. I really, like, try hard with my outfits.
Or even, like, make breakfast. Like, plan to wake up early and make breakfast, or plan to wake up early and go do something before school. Like, sometimes I'll go work out. Like, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna wake up a little early and go work out, or I'm gonna wake up and go to the store before school. You know, just like something
or
different.
Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
Treat yourself. Yes, going back to the first thing.
Yeah, it's treating yourself. You know, making time for yourself, trying new things, being open.
Eliminating the unhappiness.
It really, and that goes back to being selfish. Sometimes there are things in life that you feel selfish to eliminate, but they're genuinely making you unhappy. So you shouldn't even think twice about it. If something is making you unhappy and causing you pain, you deserve it better, and you deserve to not have that in your life, and you have every right to eliminate it.
That's like my motto, I guess, or like a thing that I live by is, if it's not making you happy, then why are you in it? Because like, it's your life, you get to choose what you want to do. And if people like talk about you, this is like the biggest thing I have, if people talk about you, who cares? They're spending their life
focusing on your life. And that's sad.
So that's just like a good thing to like always remember.
Unapologetically happy.
this guy, Callie already knows the story. This guy was flirting to me, so I told my boyfriend, and my boyfriend told his girlfriend, and then he called me fat and ugly, and it literally tore me down so bad. And then my boyfriend went off on him, like, if you're literally so unhappy, you're just trying to make someone insecure
to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. And
that's just sad. That's almost like repulsive, you know.
I know.
Like,
and
people like that are repulsive to me, you know.
And I try not to take that stuff seriously, but
yeah.
If that was like your best friend that like turns around and says that, it's hard. It's extra hard. And so I just try to remember that it's high school and I literally have 9 weeks until I don't have to see any of these people again. So I think
there's
Lord.
only like a few like handful of people I want to see, and Skylar's one of them, but like other than that, I'm like, deuces everyone.
I know.
I think this was a hard episode, but also like a really like one I enjoyed talking about. Like I feel like the two things I really enjoy talking about, like I feel like I can give good advice about, is focusing on yourself in relationships and friendships. Like, because I've been through a lot in those 3 categories that like I feel like in you too we can give good advice, even though we're still learning,
and we can relate to it easily.
We can relate. Like I relate to all 3 of these questions so much, it's insane. So like I feel y'all, and I'm there with y'all. Like we both are, and you're not alone at all. And you're enough. Everyone should know that you are always enough. You should look in the mirror and know that you are good enough. Always.
And that's a hard thing to do.
It is a hard thing to do.
You just have to you have to retrain your brain. So like every time you get the slightest bit of doubt or like unfaithfulness to yourself or like negative vibes going or anything like that, just tell yourself like, I'm okay, I'm enough, I am freaking awesome. Like you just have to keep telling yourself, and it takes so long. Trust me, I've been working on it for so long, and you have little pitfalls sometimes.
You do, and that's when you lean towards the outlets. You know, something my dad did that like meant so much when I was going through a time period that I just was really having a hard time finding a good self-image and thinking I was enough, is I came home from school one day and he had written on every one of my mirrors, "You are enough." That's so cute. And I literally I broke down and started crying, and like so cute. It just was such a like like a heartwarming thing to know that like I'm going through this, but I'm enough. And like no matter what those people tell me, and no matter what, you know, like no matter what goes on, like I am sure in myself, and my family's sure in myself, and my close friends are sure in myself that I'm enough and I'm good enough.
That's so cute.
And like those stayed on till we moved, and they stayed there. Like I worked my makeup around it.
That's so cute.
And so that was just like even writing things in your mirror. Or friends, if you know,
good support system.
If you know your friend's going through that, text them, write that on their mirror without them knowing, because like that coming home to that changed a lot of things. That was it's such a simple thing too, and it really like it changed
and
everything.
Like if you have like a significant other and they're kind of feeling down, like go post like a million pictures of them and be like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. Or like take them on a date and be like, get dressed up so cute, we're gonna go on a date.
Or even just like writing them a letter and like putting it on their pillow without them noticing, so then when they will go to bed at night they see that and it's just like you know, putting sticky notes in their car, or, you know, oh, this gum wrapper, let me just write a cute note and stick it. Like, trust me, they'll keep that in their purse or wallet. Like, it'll stay.
Yeah. So we literally went on another tangent.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because these are, like, real advice that we're giving you right now on WDK.
Yeah, we don't know.
That was, like, I think that talking about this stuff is maybe my favorite topic we've done so far.
I think so.
If anyone has more questions about it, I'd be like so down to answer them.
Me too. Well, it was so nice talking to y'all.
Yeah, make sure you follow the Instagram page. We have an email.
Email us questions. We are so down to answer them and, you know, get it out.
Yeah. this could even be an outlet.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Us, and it can be an outlet for you.
Yeah.
It can help you figure out your problems. So seriously, guys.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, and we'll keep everything anonymous. So don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
Like, we literally just write down the script, and we don't even, like, put names
down or anything.
So just don't worry about that. And we're here whenever. DM us, email us, text us if you have our numbers.
Yeah, I think my number's on the page. Like, I think you
cool.
can call my number.
Okay, cool.
Heck, if you're ever, I'm just gonna put that out there. If, like, you're ever in a situation where, like, you need someone, go to our Instagram and call me. Like, I'll be like, okay, what do you need? You know?
We can do a freaking 3-way
phone
call.
I'll add Skylar. We'll be there. We'll get you through it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Go give us some likes on the page. We took pictures for you guys.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. So
see you at episode 4. Yep.
I just put up 3.
It's okay.
They can't see that. So. All right. Bye, guys. This is Callie and
Skylar.
We
don't
WDK.
We don't know.
Bye.
Bye.